Lesson 5.1 is called Model Factors. Our essential question is, how can you use models to find factors? Well, first we need to understand what a factor is. So here is what a factor is. It's a number that's multiplied by another number to find a product. And remember, product just means the answer to a multiplication problem. So if I had the number 12, well, I know that 2 times 6 equals 12. So 2 and 6 would be the factors of 12. So those are the two numbers that I multiplied together to find 12. Now here is some important information about factors. Every whole number that's greater than 1 has at least 2 factors. It's going to be that number and 1. So here's an example. If I have the number 19, I can say that the number 19 will have at least 2 factors. It's going to be 1 times 19, and that equals 19. So 19, even though there's no other numbers that multiply, that you can multiply together to get 19, it still has these 2 factors, 1 and 19. So every whole number that is greater than 1 is going to have at least 2 factors. It's going to be 1 and then that same number. Many numbers can be broken into factors in different ways. So if I have the number 16, I know that the multiples of 16, or the factors of 16, are going to be 1 and 16. And I can show 1 times 16 using a model, using an array. So here I have one row of 16 tiles. So that is showing me 1 times 16. And if I count all of these tiles in here, I will get 16. Another way to show 16 is using a model, as using an array showing 4 rows of 16 or 4 tiles. And that is showing me that the factors of 16 are 4 times 4. So if I multiply 4 times 4, I will get 16. And I can prove that by going and counting all of my tiles in my array. And that shows me that there are 16. So 4 rows of 4, 4 times 4 is 16. Another way to show 16 is using the factors 2 times 8. So my array is showing 2 rows of 8 tiles. And that equals 16. So the factors of 16 that we have here are 1 and 16, 4, and 2 and 8. You can draw or create models to show arrays to find factors of a number. Let's find the factors for 10 using the model. So I have the factors of 10, that's what I need to find. So if I look at this first array here, I have 2 rows. So I know one of them is going to be 2. And I have, let me see how many I have in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know my other factor is going to be 5. And if I count them all together, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should get 10. So I know the first 2 factors of 10 are 2 and 5. And I can list those here, 2 and 5. Now let me look at my next array. I have 1 row, so I know I'm going to have 1 as my first factor. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 in that row. So I know that my factors are going to be 1 and 10, and that equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So I'm going to come and put my factors that I have so far So I have 1, 2, 5, and then the last one is 10. So those are my factors of 10. Here it says use the arrays to name the factors of 12. So that's going to be the number that we want to name the factors for, 12. Well, let me look at the first array and see what the factors are of 12 for this one. So I know I have one row. So I know my first factor is going to be 1. And then let me count how many are in that row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now remember that rule that tells me that one and the other in itself are always going to be factors. So that's true. 1 times 12, and that makes 12. Let me look at my next array. I have 2 rows. So I know my first factor is going to be 2. Now let me see how many are in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that's my next factor, and that equals 12. So 2 and 6. Let's come over to another array. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So 4 will be one of our factors. And let's count how many are in each row. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 in each row, and that equals 12. So 4 and 3 are those factors for this array. Now, if I wanted to list all my factors, I'm going to make sure that I list my factors from least to greatest order. So I'm going to start with my smallest one, which was 1. So I'm going to come put a 1 here. My next one was 2. And then comes 3, then 4, then 6, and then 12. And those are the lists of my factors. Our first problem is asking us, what are the factors of 18? So I know that 1 times 18 are factors, because remember that rule, 1 and that same number are the factors. So I know that 1 times 18 is going to be factors of 18. And I'm going to go to my next counting number, which is 2. Is 2 a factor of 18? Can I multiply 2 by anything to get 18? Yes, I can. I can do 2 times 9. Now notice that I'm listing them from least to greatest order. So I have 1 times 18 and then 2 times 9. Could I draw an array for that? Yes, I could. I would come down here and I would do 2 rows. So I have 2 rows here, and I would have 9 in each row. So this array is showing me 2 rows and 9 in each row. And if I counted them all up, I would get 18. So now I'm going to go to my next counting number, which is 3. Can I multiply anything by 3 to get 18? Yes, I can. I can multiply 6. So 3 times 6 equals 18. Now I'm going to go to my next counting number, 4. Can I multiply anything times 4 to get 18? No, I can't. What about 5? Still no. And now I have 6 here. Remember, that's part of my list of factors, so I know we did 6 times 3. 7, no. So once I start saying no to my numbers, I know that I'm pretty much done listing all my factors. So here I have my factors of 18. 1 times 18 equals 18, 2 times 9 equals 18, and 3 times 6 equals 18. My next problem is asking me, what are the factors of 9? Well, I know from my rule, I know that 1 and 9 are going to be factors of 9, because 1 times 9 equals 9. And then I'm going to go to my next number, 2. 2 times anything equal 9? No. What about 3? Yes, 3 times 3 equals 9. And I don't have to list 3 twice. I can just say that 3 is a factor of 9. So 3 times 3 equals 9. Could I draw an array for that? Yes, I could. I would have 3 rows. So 1, 2, 3. And I would have 3 in each row. So if I counted those up, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is showing me 3 rows of 3. Now I know, because I know my multiplication facts really well, I know that there's nothing else that I can multiply together to get 9. So I know that I'm pretty much done. These are my factors of 9. 1, 3, and 9. Here are your homework problems for tonight. Number 1 says, what are the factors of 21? And you're going to need to draw the rectangular models or the arrays for the factors. Number 2 says, which of the following shows a factor pair for the number 16? So a factor pair are just the two numbers that you multiply together to get 16. So the two factors that you would multiply together to get 16. So we have 2 and 8, 2 and 32, 8 and 16, and 16 and 32. So which of those has two numbers that you would multiply together to get 16? After you get done with your homework, you can assess yourself. Are you a novice that you're just starting to learn this? We don't really understand. An apprentice that you're starting to get it, but you still need help. Practitioner, you can do it by yourself, but you sometimes get stuck. Or are you an expert? You could teach this to somebody. That's how well you understand it. So work on these problems tonight, and we will come back the next day to practice. And have an awesome night. See you tomorrow. Bye.